Hey guys, I'm just putting this in front of the video to let you know that it is flu season, and for whatever reason my push-to-talk broke while we were recording this video, and it did pick up my ridiculous amount of coughing. So just bear with it and enjoy the video.
Hey everybody, Amascut here, and welcome to the latest episode of Thoughts On. This time featuring the Arc Chapter 2. With me today, as usual, is Crondis.
Hi.
And our special guest today, the person that pitched the Arc for the Rune Labs competition itself, Avernic.
Hello.
He's a noob, ignore.
You can't ignore him. We will not mind.
Yeah. Alright, so the Arc Batch 2 came out on Monday. We're recording this on a Saturday because we are really bad at time management, and it gave us a little more time to check out at least one extra Castaway too, so that's a nice bonus. But the Arc Batch 2 brought a lot of fixes to the first round of the Arc, changed a lot of things, like a lot of things, including just the way your Uncharted Isles function, the way you go through voyages, the costs, the experience values of everything went. Basically, it was just straightforward buffs all across
The Amanishi book drops finally got buffed.
Yeah,
Thank
Amanishi
goodness.
book drops got buffed. We got 4 new islands as well, 5 new castaways, 6 new tails. Basically, there was a ton of new stuff, and they're all fantastic, and that's what we're here to chat about. So, first things first, we're going to talk about each of the new named islands in the Arc. So, with this update, we gained Twilight, Goshima, the islands that once were turtles, and Cyclosis, which is locked behind the Cyclosis voyage, which ironically is currently bugged for anybody that's gotten through ports but never bothered to finish that mission. Rip Walter.
Yep, that sucks.
Moving on. Yeah, so I guess we'll just go through them in that order then, I guess.
Sure.
So, yeah, Twilight was the first island. And Twilight is kind of this big center of study. The layout of the island is a beautiful big bamboo forest, a kind of castle-y fort thing in the center, and then a gnome colony down to the southwest.
Yeah, the gnome colony. That really threw me off. I didn't expect that at all.
I'm just really glad they put it in because it's a piece of lore, very obscure lore from the Arc voyages.
Yeah.
And I was really, really glad that they remembered it existed. The big hook of this area, there's actually not a ton to do on this island. Though apparently on Monday's update, they're actually adding choppable bamboo on here, which I think was a really good call.
Well, there already is choppable bamboo,
farming berries.
but we'll get to that.
Yeah. There is, but you don't get any resources.
Yeah, you don't get anything from it.
But yeah, the big hook of this island right now is the berries, really.
Yeah.
And this is where you kind of get started on your berry adventure. Originally, we were going to talk separately about the Art Journal, but I'm just going to throw it out there now. Basically, the Art Journal is this group of collections that you do for the Arc, and one of the things is collecting all these different berries. They're not all that easy to get, actually, and you plant them in a planter on Twilight. And if you plant 2 different ones, they can cross-pollinate and give you new seeds to create new berries, and then cross-pollinate them with more things. And there's a lot to do with it, basically. And this is the place where you do it. It also has a mini quest called Twilight Zone, and a bamboo. There's a bamboo merchant on the island who buys bamboo bundles for more than the seller or the buyer on Waiko.
Oh wow, I didn't even know that one. I've been cheated.
It's only by 1 chime, but it's
okay.
1 chime.
They're with the bank right.
Yeah. Additionally, there is a sea singer here who is very interested in all the new kami spirits, which are like little implings that float around the Arc. And if you find and catch them all and tell him about it, you get a reward that allows you to get, what is it, triple experience or double loot?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And a Hunter XP lamp.
Yeah, which is functionally identical to how the implings worked in Perthanos.
So just as a side note on those, they are called the Bakami and the Orokami. And you can actually break that down in Japanese. And he kind of explains it if you talk to him, the sensei guy.
Mm-hmm.
But Bakami is a funny, like, squished together word of baka and kami. And baka
Stupid spirit.
Yeah, baka meaning idiot, and kami meaning like spirit or idiot. So it's kind of like a funny on playful spirit or something like that. And then Orakami is basically the same thing. It's Oraka and Kami. And so which is basically the same definition, just a different word for the same words. But yeah.
Yeah.
Playful spirits.
Yeah, that works. I really liked his dialogue on the topic. I was hoping there was a transcript of it on the wiki. There's not, but he tells you the translation and then acts really defensive about it too, because he was the one that named it.
Yeah, he named it.
It's really great. But yeah, that's Twilight. And speaking of things that there's not lots to do on, next one is Goshima.
Oh man.
I really like this island, but
okay,
boy,
I do have to ask both of you, what were your reactions when you first saw the island?
It was creepy and it was beautiful, and I couldn't wait to go into the city.
It was creepy, and I wasn't expecting it at all, because it was raining, and I had never seen anything like that.
Like, seriously, they did such a good job in the environment, but boy, I'm so mad about this island. Because the whole freaking city is inaccessible. Yeah. I was certain we were going to go in there in the mini quest, and we didn't, and I was so mad.
I knew we weren't going to because the first time I visited, I used the orb, and nothing is modeled in there. So
that makes sense. But this island's pretty cool. This is half of the divination like loop in this area. There's two major types of energy. There's positive and there's negative wisps. And if you take one of the wisps, or one of the energy that you harvest, and bring it to the other one, and harvest instead of getting the other... God, I'm overcomplicating this. There's positive and negative energy. If you have positive energy in your inventory, and you harvest from a negative whip, instead of giving you negative energy, it gives you the combination type called Ancestral. And that's the energy that can be used for various things like arc transmutation. Can't speak today. And you can also use it to make divine charge. Yeah. Basically, you can harvest two different types of energy, but if you bring one to the other type, you get another type. Mm-hmm. It's cool. I like this.
Yeah, negative is on Goshima and positive is on Cyclosis.
Yep. Mm-hmm. And then there's a combination of both.
Turtles, yes.
Which actually, I'm a little salty about that.
I am very mad about that.
The loop of Goshima and Cyclosis.
I was gonna mention that later, actually. Because I feel the same way. It basically takes away any point of going to the other ones.
Because it was a cool setup. I wish that the islands just had negative as like an alternate way to do negative with the malignant entity wandering around before the mini quest. Mm-hmm. Basically, Goshima does this really cool thing, which ends up being part of the story, where this creepy monster wanders around that can't be attacked and sends out these waves that first drains your run energy and then your prayer, and then once you're out of prayer too, it starts taking your health. So it adds this dangerous element to the skilling.
Yeah, the first time I saw that, really I actually thought my screen was like glitching out because she keeps like flashing on the screen and like crawling on the ground and stuff.
It was freaking creepy.
Yeah, it was crazy, and I was like, I think I'm lagging or something, but no, it's actually like that.
Yeah, no, it's super super cool, and getting hit by it for the first time is just terrifying.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so cool. I wasn't doing the divination. I was actually doing the mushroom farming. Mm-hmm. And I'd been spoiled slightly, and I heard that it spawns randomly while you're doing divination. So I'm like, oh, I'll just do farming. Nothing will bother me. And then this thing starts walking at me, like my run energy goes and my prayer goes. I'm like, oh god! And I barely managed to surge out with like 2k health left and like ran off.
See, I had an inventory full of stuff, and I died, and I was like, shit, I'm done. But then I found out it's safe death. I'm like, oh, never mind.
Yeah. I was actually, on the one hand, I'm a little disappointed it's a safe death, but on the other hand, from how quickly it can kill you, I get it.
I think it'd be funny, honestly.
I think it'd be better if not as a safe death.
Yeah, I agree with that. But it's super cool, and you can get rid of it by finishing all the tail, but it's pretty awesome. Exactly, because they're very, very high level. There's like 7 or 8 90 requirements, and then an 86 for the berries.
Mm-hmm. And that one random, not so random, deadliest catch that everyone else has done.
What quest was that again?
Yeah, exactly.
I actually liked that they included Thalasis in the original.
Yeah,
It's cool.
I do like that a lot.
Sad she didn't come back.
Me too. But yeah, Goshima's pretty cool, but I really, really wish we could get inside Gongdong. It feels really strange that we can't.
Someday.
My hope, and honestly, Avernic's going to taunt me for this forever, but I do hope they go back in and do some sort of event using Ladilla to rebuild Gongdong and let us go inside.
Yeah.
And the reason I say he's going to taunt me for
You're right, I will.
I'm sitting here going, boy, we need more art content. But honestly, it's a really cool area, and there are unfinished things in the art to see finished. Not before Metaphos, arguably, but
We'll see.
finish it. You'll see? Okay.
But yeah, I think that's everything in Goshima.
Yeah. So next up,
there was the Druid colony.
Oh.
If you wanted.
yeah. Oh, yeah. I totally forgot about that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There's also one of the port voyages mentions helping set up a Druid colony. Yeah, the ex-Druid colony now. And then you go to the island, and I'm like, ooh, it's raining, it's creepy. I wonder where the Druid colony is, because I knew Rowley had paid attention to the ports voyages, and I run down there, and I start seeing the bodies. I'm like,
yep, they're all dead.
God.
They're all dead.
Oh God. And then of course the first thing I see, the first one I examine was that one.
They all have that same examine, don't they?
No, most of them just say they're dead.
Oh well, that was like the first one. That was the first one I examined. Then I got lucky on that.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's better than Gothics.
Yeah. It was pretty funny.
Yeah, this Arc Batch 2, it followed up on Stu's amazing examine for everything.
Yeah, he must have put in a lot of extra time again, because boy, it was great.
Someday he'll run out of puns.
No, he won't.
I don't expect that day to ever come, frankly. Alright. Next up are the three islands, the islands that once were turtles.
That suspiciously really don't look like turtles.
That's exactly why. I love what you can do on the islands. I think they're very pretty, but there are no islands that look like turtles.
Yeah. What was it that you called them the other day? The islands that once were turtles but aren't turtles.
The islands that once were turtles but now aren't anymore, so now they're just kind of stone islands.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. So I was a little disappointed by that, especially with that cool concept art that just showed the giant turtle with the beach. Like, I wanted that.
Can we just appreciate the beauty that is the Tortle Portal? Yeah,
the Tortle Portals are hilarious. Actually, I think one of my favorite parts actually is that old Skulls camp. I think it's really
that's hilarious.
I wish there was content you could do on that island. Really, the only thing there is just farm to the mushroom patches, but it's really good looking and it adds a lot of flavor. It has a very haunting feel. Island,
and that's another ports voyage.
Yeah,
that's just another thing they were able to put in there.
Yep. I think another thing I do wish that they'd done was, you know how on Daemonheim there's all those creepy spirits wandering around? I wish they'd added something like this to the islands, because there's all these talk about the forest covering the islands that once were turtles and the old spirits that haunt it, but there's not really much of a forest and there's no spirits haunting it.
Yeah, I was really hoping like the Halloween event would be on turtles, but it's apparently not going to be.
I was completely certain the Halloween event was going to be on the turtles.
It was probably the plan.
Yeah, because remember, for the Rune Labs competition, I pitched a creepy ghost story on the islands that once were turtles.
And up until like June, that was still the plan to have Halloween in the Ark.
Honestly, I think they couldn't find a decent way to do it without requiring you to be a member. So they just gave up on that.
You could just done Northern Amanishi.
Yeah, but instead they decided to do another one of your ideas, Dimension of Disaster 2, slightly north of Valador.
Not complaining.
Yeah, really.
The year of Avernic.
Month.
Yeah.
That would be 3 updates for you now. What are you talking about?
3?
Arc is...
Oh, yeah.
2 arc
batches,
1 and 2, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it was supposed to be 1.
It wasn't one for long.
Yeah, it wasn't one for long at all.
Yeah. But, yeah, on the Isles, there's 3 islands. You can only access the first one originally, and then you have to activate certain turtle portals to be able to transport further. In the little dialogue that shows up as you activate is so funny.
Especially the one that goes to Waiko, because it's obvious they just didn't want to do the same things anymore. So it's like activating earworm, obviously running out of quotes and random stuff like that. It's hilarious.
Yeah, it was so cheeky.
But
go ahead.
It's very strange that they chose to put one that went to Waiko. I mean, I understand the convenience of it, but
I was just surprised that it wasn't like a random corner of Waiko, and you could just teleport back as convenience, but it just sends you straight to the middle.
Drops you in the center.
Yeah.
If there's like a turtle like on the beach.
Yeah.
That's what I was expecting.
Southeast of the bamboo.
Yeah, like mostly buried, and you have to go to it from the other side to uncover it before you teleport off there. That would have made a lot of sense. But I understand why they didn't go super comp.
Yeah. Gotta get those comp capers go through it.
Yeah, on these islands, you gotta there's a dead moai with positive and negative energy wisps, which is the one we were discussing about Goshima, and then there's a couple. I believe there's a total of four mushroom clusters around.
Yeah, it's 2 on the Skull Island and 2 on the Volcano Island.
In fact, the wiki says 4, and I'm changing that right now.
I think there's 2 on each island.
Is there?
There's 4. There's 2 on the first, 1 near the boat, and 1 behind.
Yeah, there's 2 definitely on the volcano. No, there's 2 on the volcano.
1 on the third.
No, there's 2 on the volcano.
2?
Yeah, there's 1 near there's 1 near the turtle portal and 1 right up next to the volcano.
And I want to say there's.
You sure? I'm looking at the map right now, and there's only 1.
I am 100% positive. I was there today, like not an hour ago.
All right, well, I'm gonna check that before I change the wiki. But basically, there's a bunch of farming spots.
Yeah.
And this is how you get a third of the mushrooms in the arc.
Mm-hmm.
And mushrooms are another part of the journal.
Yeah.
That reward the fun guy or fun gal spot title.
Even though there's not much to do on like Goshima and the Turtle Islands, they do get you to go there for like the mushrooms. So that's a definite positive of the journal. Get you to explore.
Yeah.
Even if it's content you wouldn't train on.
It's also really nice too because it's a easy way to get resources that you're going to need for soups. Mm-hmm. Especially because it's a resource that previously was an absolute pain to get.
See, my one, I understand. Actually, I don't understand why they would have done the both positive and negative on the turtles, but like they do have
I don't either.
They do have the portal that requires 50 of the ancestral energy. So at least
there's actually 2 of those.
Yeah, at least they do.
The second one.
Well, yeah, the second one's to Waiko. I meant like to actually get to wisps, but at least it isn't like straight.
That's not hard to get. At the very least, so that definitely was a strange call to me.
So.
Yeah, I did too, actually.
Yeah, I got it from
There's also merchant there.
Yeah, I liked that too. It felt a little bit like a callback to the influential trader who operates there from the Port's Voyage.
Yeah.
And Halia is her name. She buys divination wisps.
Is anyone else ashamed that it wasn't Kami being the?
There were no Port's adventurers this time.
That's true. Yeah.
I was a little surprised by that, frankly. 5. I think the big thing I was expecting to meet were those Cyclopses that you could recruit.
Cyclops you could. Oh. Okay.
The voyage, the crew. I was almost hoping to meet like some seafaring Cyclopes, like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But
I'm also surprised we didn't expand our crew any for the ships.
Well, there was flippers.
Yeah, there was flippers.
Yeah. Oh,
you want to just go ahead and mention flippers now?
Between batch 1 and batch 2, we discovered that you can recruit Flippers McGraw as a crew member, and if you have him during these tales, he just butts in with these cheeky comments every once in a while.
Yeah, he doesn't really have much of a use in the actual story.
He's pretty cool. I really like how on the wiki, whoever set up the Tales of the Arcs page info box decided to use his head as the image for Harbinger, since every single one of the other ones is more closely tied to one of the characters.
Yeah.
That was very cheeky of them. And I liked it. But yeah, basically he's just a little comedy penguin character that isn't trying to kill you, so he's cool. I like him.
Just wants fish.
I think his best
Yep,
dialogue
just
is
wants
when
fish.
you go to Whales Maw and talk to him. He's like, I'm in penguin
Yes.
heaven. It's fish everywhere. The smell is fantastic. I don't want to leave. Just stay here.
Yep. He's really funny. I like him a lot. And then finally, since I think that's all there really is to talk about on the islands,
Yeah, turtles.
is Cyclosis.
Eee.
So Cyclosis is locked behind the voyage and play around ports. Rip all the people that are bugged right now, especially me, Walter. And there's actually quite a bit to do in here.
Wait, is the Cyclosis mission actually bugged?
Yeah, basically anybody that's completed ports, like gone to each region, the Cyclosis mission will not show up for them.
Yep,
That
Ports
really
thinks you're over that. You don't need to do Cyclosis mission anymore.
Yep, so it just never gives it to you.
Damn.
So, yeah, on here there is 3 skilling activities, 2 shops, and
a bunch of wacky-ass NPCs.
Yeah, and some really cool, crazy NPCs. It's pretty awesome. Yeah, I really like this place. There's a lot of cool stuff going on. There's the dead moai that give the positive energy. All of the just crazy NPCs with the sun and the moon references, and just weird stuff all over. All the Cyclopses you can talk to are very strange and interesting, and I like them a lot.
I feel like most of their efforts went into this island. It has like the most unique models, and
there's the most unique stuff to do. 3 skilling methods. There's divination. There's the salty crablentines, which were a really nice addition. I'm sure a lot of people that do mining appreciate that. And there's the pickpocketable Cycloses. They're Cyclopes at level 88.
Mm-hmm.
There's also new ones on Waiko as well, which are
there's also,
I believe,
Banky the crablet.
Yeah,
he's adorable.
It's so cute. I actually really like that it wanders around.
Yeah, that's.
I'm almost a little disappointed that there's a stationary bank, because I think it would be more fun to just have to hunt the bank down.
It's really funny when you talk to the guy at the stationary bank, though. He's like, "Have you seen Banky? I need to put a leash on him."
My favorite part was when I first talked to him and he said that Banky was standing right next to us. But yeah, I really I love this whole island. The personalities are really they shine through.
Yeah, they really do.
Both Daya and C are super weird and super crazy. And they're both really funny Dark Souls references, too. Which just makes them all the better.
Yeah.
But yeah,
only living con.
So, yeah. A con that isn't completely crazy.
I think the one thing that bothers me about these islands is the towers. They don't look big enough for any of the Cyclopes to stand inside.
Yeah.
Slight issue. We'll ignore that.
Apparently there's a South Cyclosis island, too, that I didn't realize.
That is the mountain referenced in ports, which I can't remember what was an Aquamancer's thread.
I see.
It
cool.
Looks
I'm
like
glad they added that in there.
Docks on the shore can get you there. But
they can't.
But we can't.
That's cool. I didn't notice it. I just saw it on a map.
So
one more place they have to put content on.
Yep.
So do we actually think the sun and the moon things are actually new gods into the game?
I mean, C doesn't think they are, so...
C doesn't think they are, but Daya does seem to think they are.
Yeah, exactly. I like that there's some ambiguity on there.
Also, are they on Gilnor, or were they from whatever planet they're from before?
Yeah.
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 It's very ambiguous.
Their interpretation of Sardom and Samarak, but...
What's really funny is when you talk to the Khan, he's like, "Yeah, we used to follow this warrior named Bandos." Yeah.
Yeah. He's kind of a dick, though, so we stopped.
Yeah. Or the better theory, Hanalan is Tumakin.
That would be hilarious.
And also the all the salt and the sweet.
Ah, the salt.
Yep.
The salt never ends. There is always saltiness. That was probably one of the best quotes in this update.
I totally agree. It was so cheeky in like the exact best way.
Yeah.
But
I read that and I actually had to read it a couple times just because I found it so funny.
I think there's one weird thing about these islands for me. On Cyclosis, for some reason, what is it? The sell price. Yeah, one of the traders here sells and buys seeds and berries for the exact same price as the gnomes on Twilight.
I heard that was supposed to be the
unsliced
mushrooms.
Stu actually was completely certain that Cinnamon purchased mushrooms, and went and looked, and Cinnamon only purchases sliced mushrooms, nothing else.
Although it does make a little more sense when after the mini quest you talk to him and he says, "You got all this salt in my berries, this salty sweetiness."
Yeah, like he was clearly like changed at some point to be about berries, but I would honestly like to see them add all the mushrooms to his shop, or just a mushroom shop.
I'd like to see him remove the berries because that kind of devalues
the berries. The berries and the seeds, like it doesn't even devalue the gnome. They buy for the exact same price.
But it's closer to a bank.
That is true. Not by much.
Yeah, it's actually not that much farther.
I would argue Sweet Goods is further away because Twilight's the bank is just north of there.
Although I guess you could get lucky and Banky could be like right there, but
that's true. But I mean, either way, you can just note them, so it's not really that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Oh, another thing on Cyclosis is I think it's on the right side of the island. There's a hanging shark, and it says a shark that's finally life-sized. Or something or properly scaled, that's what it is. A shark that's properly scaled, almost. I thought that was really funny.
We also got the Aviancy there.
Yeah. I almost feel like that was just this huge like middle finger to the fans. Like it was cheeky. But yeah, like I liked it. It was a cool throwback almost. Like it was good to see another Aviancy character that wasn't just praise Armadillo. Just, he was a weird and unique character in his own right who happens to be an Aviancy.
Right.
Yeah.
Which was the right way to do it. His model was also super weird looking. But...
yeah, his model was really odd.
Yeah, but I like him.
Also, we've got the random smith shop that is in the shop.
Yeah, I truly don't know why that's there.
Yeah.
Gemstones that weren't put in?
That would be my guess.
Probably.
For those that aren't in the know, in the GE database, we found, 14 gemstones of various names that were supposed to be rare gemstones found in the Ark that got shelved for time.
Yeah, Orion said that it's still possible to put them in game.
Yeah.
Because he says they're all in game.
Because, I mean, yeah,
just
they're
not
all in
active.
game. The models are in game. The icons are in game. They just have to hook them up and find somewhere to put them.
Yeah.
But then we can hunt once again.
Yeah, exactly. And then there's also a shop where you can sell the seashells and drift find on Uncharted Isles.
For a surprising
not that I know why you would. I don't really get why you would sell driftwood, frankly.
I mean, I have 700 in my bank.
I guess 700? Holy moly!
I didn't know what they'd be used for before Batch 2 came out, so.
Yeah, you can transmute 5 driftwood into a single sliced mushroom, which actually is like a bit of a ripoff.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
I think it's more important that driftwood is the best fire making XP in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There are 454 fire making XP at 92 fire making, which is more than Elder Logs. Like, they have done a terrible, terrible job of like telling players this.
Yeah, but because, it's because people who have been hunting it haven't been wanting to. It's because people who've been hunting it haven't wanted to burn it because it's so fucking rare.
That's true. I was actually the same way. I was intentionally stocking up on it in case we need more for Batch 2.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, that's what I did, and luckily I had enough. But
I don't know why I did that, because I have like tens of thousands of chimes, and I could have very easily done a couple large and gotten.
Yeah, that's true.
Time.
Yeah. Exactly. But now that I know, I still haven't burned them. They should get around.
I mean,
honestly, 5 chimes each is not.
There could always be.
Yeah, when the tinderbox comes out, that's right.
There could always be a random batch 3 of mini quests that require like 600. Screws us all over.
You called it.
Yeah, the elusive art quest that must be unlocked by giving them 1,000 drift.
Still art quest, still happening.
For sure.
That poll is still up in game.
Yeah, I know. I love it.
From 8 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's be fair. Right behind that is see, what else do we have here? Iron Man, a limited time event rewards. Iron Man, limited time event XP from let's see, over a week ago or over a year ago.
Yeah. That's pretty bad.
I like how the timer up in the corner says 3 weeks, 4 days for some reason.
Because rune pull stuff is
get your votes
broken.
Yep. Yeah, it's really funny. They've completely stopped using their pull system.
Which is pretty pathetic, but whatever.
Maybe it'll be revived for 120 Slayer.
Let's see. Maybe it'll be revived for how many of the expansions we want to spend on Mathos. I'll take all 3 of them.
I'll take all 3. Yes.
You can have all -1.
Yeah, I'll take 2 of them. We're getting 3 this year or next year.
Next year.
Yeah, which I am really excited about. Speaking of, I really need to do that video on expansion 2.
Yep.
Possible info I have, but
on the skull.
No. It's actually almost definitely not the skull.
Abena.
I don't even think you've told me, honestly.
It's also not Abena. I'll talk to you guys after this about it, because I figure it's more cool if I do a fancy video on it. But back to the let's see, a couple other additions. They changed some stuff on Wyco. They added new Thegan guys. They didn't really do many changes to the original islands though. Which I don't mind.
They while we're on the topic of that, they modeled the second Emanishi island. So,
yeah.
But it's not accessible.
Also, on Whales Maw, they added a pedestal where the Moai used to be, and you can see it at the bottom of the ocean.
Yep, we got confirmed that story.
Oh, did they? Oh, well, that's interesting. Yeah. I haven't even been to Whales Maw in a long time because it's the most pointless island.
I'm actually a little sad we didn't get a sequel to the Moai story.
Yeah.
That talks about how the fact that there's a bajillion dead Moai around.
I'm fine just telling them their children are dead.
Yeah, I would have just. I actually went and talked to him. I was like, surely they added some dialogue, but no.
I was a little surprised they didn't. Was that giant ship newly added to Whales Maw 2, or did I just not pay attention?
No, that was there beforehand.
Okay, I wasn't sure.
I think it's the ship that Ekahai used in his mini quest.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was gonna say
the family.
I spent very little time on Whales Maw, and that time was all spent on the dock fishing. So.
You had to do the mini quest too.
Well, yeah, but that requires you to go to the upper left.
Run through portals and back.
It's the only time you ever need to go on that side of Whales Maw.
Say hi to Elmo.
Yeah, well, he's down by the docks.
Yeah, he's by the docks.
Oh, true.
You could always spend your time in the center talking to
what's
Ted.
What's his name?
Ted.
Ted, yeah.
Not Ned.
Yeah, not Ned.
Are you sure it's not Ned?
He's actually...
it might be Ned.
I love him. He's so funny. I like how you can comment about how he looks exactly like Ned, and he's sitting there like, no, man, I'm not Ned. Go away.
I kind of wish they had put more people on Whales Maw, because right now it's 2.
3.
And it doesn't... Okay, it's the Caesar, but it has a...
I'm actually a little sad we don't see, fishing villagers wandering around, and we don't see the Khan.
Yeah, we got that all.
I would really like to see that.
I'm still on Lime's theory that Ted is the Khan.
That would be so great. Just give me some confirmation about that, and I'd be happy. Yeah. Marine secrets. So let's move on to the new Uncharted Isles and the Castaways, shall we?
Alrighty.
All right. So some changes to Uncharted Isles. The pricing for everything went down. Oop.
Yeah.
Is that Lime? Oh,
it is Lime.
Lime's here.
Uh-oh.
So when we were setting this up,
oh my gosh.
When we were setting this up, we wanted to get Lime in here, and he replies that he was very drunk and was not going to be able to do it.
I'm still quite drunk.
Yay! But yeah, we just finished going through the all the new named islands. Any additional thoughts you want to chip in?
Oh, cool. I like the names of the turtle islands. What was it? Turtle 1, Turtle 2, and Turtle Fuck.
Turtle 2 is actually Turtle 2 Electric Boogaloo, but close enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah. Wait, is this actually recording right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I should probably leave then.
I mean, you are free to stay. We intended to have you on here anyway.
Cool.
So I mean, if you want to stick around and keep chatting with us, please do.
Sure, I'll stick around.
All right. We were just about to talk about the new Castaway Islands and then just to Uncharted Islands. So we have 4 of the 5 right now. The bottles are being slow doled out to us with lots of dead days in between. But we have met 4 of the 5 of them. The first one has these super weird cannibals called the Cannonballs that identify as cannonballs and are cannibals. And all of their dialogue is just this horrible, confusing play on words about them being cannonball cannibals, and it confuses them deep. Ugh.
That is
It's
wonderful.
so funny. And their island is called Cannonball Run. And they're all wearing these super weird masks, too. It's
Well, why not?
Exactly. Yeah,
You
one's
can't
got a
be-
fish mask. One has a cannonball for a head, so they're like a cannonball cannibal. And one is wearing the fruitcake head, and one's wearing the jelly head. Just the whole thing is so hilariously ridiculous.
Now you've lost me, man.
Yeah, I lost myself a while ago. Next one is Isates Credor, which you go there and you meet Azalea Oakhart, who is a reference to Amelia Earhart.
Yeah?
And the island's name itself in Gnomish is Me and a Bucket, and I don't know why. I have no idea why. It's very
Well, I
weird.
mean, I'm glad that they're still using Gnomish, so that at least one person other than Fusswell is using Gnomish.
They didn't just use Gnomish, actually. They added not really new words, but they combined words for different meanings in a really interesting way.
What, like Guteskretter?
Yeah, good as Credder. What does it mean? I looked into this one and I found it and tweeted around.
Oh, wait, banana hammock?
Yeah, no, not banana hammock. It means banana bucket.
Banana bucket, yes.
Yeah, she goes, Coyote blasted black ship, and that means like stupid something. Shoot me down, why don't you? Sail back here and I'll kick your captain right in the goodest credder, which means banana bucket. And I tweet Raleigh and go, so does this mean crotch and Nomus? And he just goes, no comment. So it totally does.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So good.
This is great.
I really, really loved the way that they integrated Gnomish into this character, and I think it's absolutely.
In general, I like how they integrated gnomes into the arc. Like, I didn't actually think they were gonna actually integrate like the gnomish colony on Twilight to. I didn't think they'd actually add that. But
Yeah,
there's
I was glad to see it. Yeah, we got a new land that actually has a bar on it.
Yeah, we got a bar.
An art bar.
Because remember, we were joking about how Prifddinas needed a bar, and then they did.
Yeah, like
was mad.
Elves don't drink. Apparently, well, we knew that from Lord of the Rings, but elves don't drink. It's the worst thing ever.
Yep. Yeah, it was too good, and I was so glad to finally see a bar.
So, if we put a general on Twilight, would it be General Arkbar?
Yes. I was trying to find a good way to make that joke, and you pulled it off.
Sounds like.
Yeah, and then finally, there's 2 more islands that we found. Hamlet, which is such a good name considering. And yeah, and you find a Cyclops skull named Harley who has a terrible, terrible headache, and you can kick him around.
Oh.
Yeah. It's very, very cool. For some reason, though, the count only stays on 1.
I think it's to get people to kick him more.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a bug or a joke, but it's funny no matter what. And then finally, there's Agar Atoll, where you can find Salmon Ella.
Oh yeah, that was the one that I found.
Yeah, she is either the wife or the sister of Salmon Max.
No,
But
it's
not
the
both.
it's the wife. It's the wife. Of
No.
Salmon.
So the description in the Arc Journal says it's either his wife or his sister. I can't quite remember.
But definitely not both.
Well, the
it could be both. It depends on where they're from.
Yeah, but if you go to talk to Sam and Max, he actually adamantly denies that they were ever married and just says that she's insane.
Well, I mean, her examine says that he's she's
it's Sam and Max's fish wife.
Yeah,
but she claims that there are invisible salmon there. But if you talk to Sam, he basically goes, no, she's insane. There's no invisible salmon. She's insane. But then, just to make things even funnier, is he says that invisible salmon are an old wives' tale, considering it's coming from his potentially ex-wife. That's just the whole thing was super clever.
It's great.
Yeah, they did a hilarious job of these. I can't wait to find Squick and get to enjoy whatever a flying squid's dialogue is like.
A flying squid?
Yeah, Squick is a flying squid.
Oh my. I can't wait already.
Yep. And then as for the Uncharted Isles, they did a bunch of changes to these. Prices of voyages are down. Prices of supplies are down.
Thank God.
The amount of resources you get on each isle is up from 3 to 5 as a maximum on larges. So mediums are basically larges now, and smalls are the same as they used to be pretty much.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of my island hopping. The Lime Salt Trading Company has been going very well.
Oh my God, tell me about it. See, not even the salt, but I mean, I've been taking salt instead of selling it, been transmuting it into wabagong oil and then directly into bowls. So I don't have to hunt anymore. Which feeds back into the two things you're going to talk about with new resources. There is divination, similar to the ones on the named islands. You just harvest the energy, but this time it comes straight in ancestral energy form. And then there are also new farming spots.
It comes straight into ancestral energy form, provided that you have 95 divination. If you don't, you can just try there.
Who doesn't?
It's 5 levels higher than.
Yeah.
But this stuff is amazing. Not only can you make divine charges with it for 100 energy each.
Yeah, it's the best in the game.
It really is. But additionally, you can take it and you can transmute arc resources into other ones, which makes it so much easier to make soup. Like, ridiculously easy. Yeah. And it only costs about anywhere from 2 to 4 chimes per transmutation in the value of the ancestral energy. It is so good. They did amazing by adding this in. It's honestly one of my favorite changes they
and farming.
Yep.
Farming berries.
Yep, and then not just the berries. On the islands you can find a type of berry there as a common resource. And then you can find mushrooms on a log, which or mushroom clusters, which give unique mushrooms exclusive to Uncharted Isles. And then there's also some that are unique to islands that once were turtles, and some that are unique to Ocean.
These are wonderful places for skilling pets. Many have been.
Yeah, this place is amazing XP per hour and is amazing for skilling pets. It's just all around fantastic. And then there's also some new structures that you can find on there too. With most of them are just visual, but then there's some stuff that works into contracts, like lighting braziers that appear when you're on those contracts.
Yeah, but you only get those when you're on the contract.
Yep. My favorite new contract one is not totems, but tortems. They're turtle totems. Or totem? Yeah. Turtle totems? Yeah, they're called totems, and it's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's really hard to say. Basically just a lot of really good changes. I think the most important one for anybody that isn't checking out the arc right now but has the levels for it, with the changes for Batch 2, every single piece of arc skilling on Uncharted Isles is the best XP in the game except for Hunter. Per hour.
Poor turtles.
Yeah. And honestly, the only reason the turtles are not is because crystallized granules exists.
Yeah.
But that's
Exactly.
so much.
And that's because it is utterly broken.
Yeah, like you can't compete with something that's utterly, completely broken like crystallized granules.
That's not true. They could have made crystallized turtles.
Well,
yeah, they could have.
It would have also been utterly.
Broken.
Turtles are base 727k in it.
I mean, you can only compete utterly broken with utterly broken. So
Yeah. So the fact
fifth.
that crystallized Grenwalls is like 900k an hour, I understand why they didn't go higher.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they're all really good. Both the mining and the woodcutting is now better than crystallize. The divination is the best in the game. Ignoring the way the cash bonus works. Beyond that, for just your basic training, best XP in the game. The farming, if you're training just perma training through actual farming, it's the best XP in the game.
In between your regular farming.
Yeah, but Seedicide Aquanites is still better, and Seedicide Ganos is still better. But that's a different way of doing farming. So
yeah.
Arguably, Uncharted Mushrooms is the best farming XP per hour in the game.
And if you aren't over here scaling already, you're gonna get spammed with maps to come here anyway. So
yep.
This is basically Jagek's way of saying, "Hey guys, get out of Briff."
I haven't gotten one yet, but I also don't leave the Arc much.
Yeah, they're only given outside of the Arc, and they're given quite frequently. They're not that rare. Like, I was out of the Arc in 10 minutes and I got one. Yeah, apparently the more you get, the rarer they become over a certain period of time. Okay. Does that revert if you go there and use it, or?
I think it's weekly. I'm really not sure. We don't have a lot of info about it yet.
All right.
But they're not like absurdly common, just go thieve and priff for 10 minutes and bam, free large. But it's a nice addition, and I like. One other thing they did add was to every type of Uncharted, you have a chance of getting a crate of washed up supplies that refunds you some of your supplies you spent on the voyage, which is a nice change.
I've never really more than 5 though.
Yeah, I've never gotten more than either 5 or 6. I can't remember. I think it was 5. But it was really nice when I was doing my smalls spamming because I just got a bunch of refunds. I have finally given up Avernic and have started larges. I've since gotten 7.
Finally.
I've gotten 5 Taijidu in 7 voyages. I just have bad luck. I think
that's it with the new resources and stuff.
Yeah. So we were originally going to talk about Tails here, but I'm going to toss in some info about the new rewards too. Fair enough. I figure that's this time? Probably the relevant stuff to talk about. Yeah, they did some really nice rewards this go around. Let's see. They added. One sec. I'm going to cough really, really loudly and mute my mic while I do.
My God. So I'm just going to talk for a little bit. Yeah. The Tails that they added, they're pretty good.
Like, we were going to hold off on that one lime.
What?
He said we're going to talk about rewards first.
I have the flu right now, so I'm coughing all that. I've been timing it well, but I was kind of in mid monologue, so I had to give up. All right, new rewards. Let's see. They actually removed the requirement to purchase access to the bank.
Rip.
I'm a little sad about that. I liked that the bank was locked and made you do a bit of work.
More locked banks.
Yeah, but they did a lot of nice things here. The Sabojo contract guru thing was nice. It's a good ports reward per se.
Mm-hmm.
There is the Crystal Tool Siphon blueprint, which seemed like it was completely useless based on the stuff that was required for it until somebody pointed out that charged teleport crystals shit crystal components. Like so many of them.
Content saved.
Yep, so it's actually really good. Everything about it is great. Basically, it's a tool siphon that if you use on crystal tools, gives you T90 XP. I admit I'm a little surprised that it only works on tools. Everybody was expecting it to work on weapons too.
Yeah.
And I mean, on the one hand, I get why they didn't do that, because honestly, it's just faster to use a T90 and siphon it normally. But for those that couldn't access T90 and siphon them normally, could have been nice.
It's skilling content, so I guess they're.
But yeah, it's skilling content, and I appreciate it nevertheless. We also got a Bone Crusher upgrade called the Bone Picker, which is super freaking expensive, and
not that useful.
It's really nice for A-root spamming.
Bones, you're picking up other things.
That is true though.
I think like only Frost Dragons you don't want to pick up their other drops.
Yeah, for the most part. But rushing A-roots, it's a good way to get that profit without needing to pick up the other drops because you're trying to spam invention. So that's a nice change. I liked that. Additionally, we got 3 new animation overrides that we didn't have to pay for. Woo!
This needs to become a thing more often.
I was so happy when I saw this. Like, absolutely overjoyed. What an awesome, awesome thing to add. I was truly surprised.
Between this and standing around, best animations in the game.
Was it you, Avernic, that said you forgot that your rest was standing around? So you didn't realize you were resting or something like that?
Yeah, it's always a surprise when you realize you have it.
That's great. We also got the Sea Singer Acolyte outfit, which is the old Sea Singer outfit look, but purchasable.
Mm-hmm.
There is teleport tabs to each of the islands now instead of just Waiko.
Mm-hmm. Based on the
flags,
best icons.
Yeah, flags are now free.
Woo.
Mm-hmm. This one's kind of cool. You can buy a Banky Crablet for yourself, and you can add it to an uncharted isle until you leave, and then it goes away. And it's only 50 chimes, so it's really cheap, and it's really just if you have a giant island and you want to just be able to bank freely.
I feel like that's kind of a bit of a waste, though, because your boat is an infinite bank. So...
Yeah. It basically it depends on how big your island is. So, like, if on my bank, for instance, or on my claimed island, my Wabagon spot is really far away from my bank.
But then you just
like,
invest
other
in
end of the island.
Portals.
Well, exactly. I've already done that. But I feel like the Banky Crablet is for those islands that you haven't purchased or you haven't claimed, because turtle portals can only be placed on your claimed islands.
Okay.
So it's that one that you bring along with you for those faraway resources you'd like to bank.
And then in between skilling, he walks away and you get really sad.
Yeah, exactly. Just to add on to the excitement of getting something we usually get through microtransactions through gameplay, the Hunter outfit.
Woo!
Woo! They added a new Hunter skilling set, which adds up to 6% XP to Hunter when owning all 5 pieces, and it's obtainable completely through gameplay, and the only money required to be spent is membership. Well done.
Yep.
Hooray!
I'm proud of you.
And it looks amazing.
Something happened that wasn't MTX related.
And portals were definitely harmed in the making of this outfit.
Oh, for sure.
That is a good thing.
Yeah, it's a damn good looking outfit, and it's very, very useful.
And you got to torture some turtles.
Yep. The other thing that we got added was the turtle portals, as mentioned. Basically, you buy 2 portals, you go to your island, plop a turtle portal down, and then put the other one where you want to exit, and you're able to teleport back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
You can also choose to turtleport directly to the Divination Merchant's Island using these, but truly, I don't know why you would.
Can I just point out that the exam text for it is now you're thinking with turtles?
Oh,
perfect.
Yeah. It's the whole thing was intended as a portal reference, which is great. The next thing they did was reduce the cost of all of the XP lamps, chime-wise, which was a great change. And then they actually integrated the shops down into 2 shops instead of 3, which was. And then the second shop is all about ports rewards. They had the ports goods and the ports trade goods, and nobody purchased them because they were terribly priced.
You're not supposed to, because ports.
They are much more affordable now. Resource-wise, the most expensive one is 25 chimes per, so it's really nice. All of the trade goods have gone down in price significantly. They're still really expensive, but once you've purchased all the rewards, when you get more Taijidu, that's really the only thing you're going to spend them on anyway. So they're affordable enough with chimes now that it's actually worth it. However, the exciting stuff, we got 2 new scrimshaws. You can purchase the scrolls to make them in your ports, just like you would make any other scrimshaw. And then we also got boots and gloves for each of the ports armor sets, which also adds a set effect. While in combat and fighting a monster, every time you kill it, there is a small chance of getting a ports resource cache drop.
And of course, they're not actually named gloves and boots.
No, they're
something ridiculous in Japanese.
Teko and Tabby for Death Lotus. They are...
Yeah, they're all weird.
Aonori and Asari for Sea Singer, and Kote and Kogake for Tetsu.
So I'm typing Sea Singer into to my search and not gloves and boots now.
Yep. But
never gonna.
Oh, what's funny is when they originally announced the ports resource caches, somebody screwed up and said that you got they were just like the ones you get from the Port Serum event. The ones from the Port Serum event gave us port resources like Azure.
No one wants that.
Absolutely useless. Luckily, we're wrong. You get ports goods like ancient bones, plates. Basically, you get a crate, and it's not even random. You open it up, and you get to choose which resource you want.
That's
it's
great.
Awesome. They did it complete.
And for small-time Crassians on your islands had 100% guaranteed drop of this
Yep.
test, which
somebody calculated that it was about 120 mil an hour in scrimshaws. But luckily that got hotfixed pretty quickly. I really don't know how they managed to do that, but it was definitely a funny and weird bug.
Someone's rich.
Yeah, somebody out there.
And the scrimshaws aren't that useful, sadly.
Yeah, they're handy, but considering the way you spend ancient bones, they're not good.
Mm-hmm. The energy ones aren't as much profit as making vampirism scrimshaws. And
exactly.
XP ones don't work on ancestral energy because you don't get memories, so it's only good with the cash boost.
Yep, it was unfortunate, but it was kind of what everybody expected. I mean, they're there in case somebody wants that extra boost.
Yeah, and they
are tradable, so if somebody makes them, you can buy them.
Mm-hmm.
But the superior ones are obviously better.
So they have to exist, so it's just unfortunate that the way they have to exist didn't work out as well.
I admit, I wish that they would reduce the bones cost of the skilling ones down to 5.
That'd be reasonable.
That might be a decent way to get them into circulation, but I don't expect them to do that. And I don't mind if they don't. So.
Mm-hmm. All right, so y'all want to move on to the tales?
Yeah, let's go through the tales now since we've done this for a while. Yeah, we got 6 new tales, which are essentially a single quest.
Yes, it's a quest about zombieism. And,
It's River of Blood Part 2. This time with souls.
And I do admit, they're good, but they're not great.
Fair enough.
I liked that it was like one kind of big story. I was just kind of surprised that it wasn't like the first batch where it was like you can just kind of do them in your separate order.
You could really. You did Eye for an Eye, and then Harbinger, and then Twilight Zone goes from the past and Damage Control where do the mission.
Well, Damage Control and the Ghost from the Past were the only 2 that you could do separately. The other ones were all chronological.
Twilight Zone too. Yeah, Twilight Zone, Ghost from the Past, and Damage Control.
I think the problem was that Damage Control and Ghost from the Past were each 10 minutes long. They didn't feel like you were doing something out of order. They felt like
Harbinger and Ghost from the Past were not
up to.
Yeah, Harbinger was pretty short.
Eye from an Eye was awesome. I really liked that one.
I liked that one.
It was interesting. There was some good humor in there too. That moment at the end when you're fighting Undead Jed and the whole like boss boss health bar.
Yeah, the boss health bar, and then also
he's got 100 HP. Like somebody on the Reddit thread writing the walkthroughs even suggested bringing a yak and got a lot of people.
I was actually
good.
Eye for an Eye felt like a real quest. Like it was the art.
Yeah. I very honestly, between that one and Jed Hunter, I could have easily seen those just being called quests. Except for the fact that a couple certain people might get Twitter. But
oh well, who cares about those people?
Who you are.
Back to that boss health bar thing
Harbinger
though.
Was
I actually
super
thought
short. I was really disappointed in this one. Go ahead.
The boss health bar, I actually thought the 100 HP thing was like a glitch. I'm like, uh-oh, I don't think this is right. And then all of a sudden you hit him and your character's like, yeah, no, we're not playing this game. I'm like, that's awesome.
It was honestly hilarious. The dialogue was just perfect, especially because of how like seriously they played the whole thing too.
Yeah.
It was so well done.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so Harbinger disappointed me.
I feel like this was the 6th mini quest that they made.
It was.
Like,
there's no way it wasn't.
We have time for something else.
They had to introduce the Harbinger, obviously, but I liked the way they set it up too, where you talk to Jemmy and she's like, "Yeah, let's go to Twilight," and then you head to Twilight and she's like, yo, I'm gonna fight you now. Like, what just happened?
You're being boarded.
It was a cool surprise, but the content of it was bad. Like, literally, I didn't know what I was doing. Like, just cannonballs are raining down, and she's like, "Quick, get rid of the
I
ties."
kept trying to go up the steps, but it wouldn't.
Yeah.
I didn't realize you couldn't go up.
There were skill icons there saying repair, and I walk up there to try and repair, and it's like, you can't reach this, and I'm like, the hell am I doing?
So I'm supposed to swap between these two spots here?
Yeah, that was literally it. Wherever a cannonball hit, run out of it, run back in, click it. Walk out of it, run back in, click it. I felt like the dialogue wasn't clear enough to kind of inform you what you were doing.
It wasn't very clear as to just tell you you're only doing it on the front deck. Of the 2-ish minutes you
spend doing this, half of them were you going,
they didn't tell you hold it off till we get the harpoons out.
Yeah, because they said we have to get the harpoons out. So I'm sitting there like, why can't I reach the harpoons then? What is going on? How do I do this? So it felt unclear, and I'm a big fan of it. Luckily, Twilight Zone was a very good story. This was another one that this was the second one that really felt like an actual quest, because while it's called Twilight Zone, you don't just stay on Twilight. You go to 2 other places.
Yeah,
I like how they brought back the whole Amity.
Yeah, they brought Yulong in the spirit realm. You go chat to Sajobo about his knowledge. They did a great job of making this one feel like an actual tale and a mini quest where you actually traveled around and did things. You explored Twilight. You found.
Although I kind of felt like
Sparkle.
Yulong was kind of just
interesting things.
Yulong was kind of just thrown up in there though, because he didn't really do much. He was just kind of like, oh hey, remember him? Let's go back and talk to him again.
I feel like they should have moved spiritual enlightenment to not be a requirement for Jed Hunter, because it didn't really fit there. It was just that guy saying, "Oh, you're a nice guy because you helped out the assassin." They should have moved it to a requirement for this, because it was actually used to learn.
It's a direct requirement. I mean, I understand why it was a requirement on Jed Hunter. Oh, this is all of them now, and bam, there you are. And spiritual enlightenment was one of the ones they made in their spare time, where they originally just had lore journal drops, and then somebody just went, "Oh, I mean, I guess we can turn. Yeah, we can. I guess we'll make this a mini quest." Because if you notice in the Arc Journal, they actually don't have impressing the locals listed as one of the tales, and that one was originally supposed to count as one of the original. What was it, 4?
Yeah, I'm really glad it didn't.
Also, I just remember now, while you're in the spirit realm, you see the Jiangshi for that brief second.
Very briefly, yeah. My theory as to why you see it is because it's like trying to fight back against you trying to get rid of it.
Wait, you see what now?
The Jiangshi?
Your player character temporarily becomes the Jiangshi, appears over you.
Really? When you're trying to, when you're channeling that energy into Akahi.
Really? I didn't even notice that.
I think when you channel it into Akahi, the Jiangshi is eating that energy, power itself up instead of curing Akahi. And that hunger was the Jiangshi speaking instead of him. So
I didn't even notice that. That's funny.
Little tiny hint of that. It was very, very cool.
Like, I feel like this is how bottle quests are supposed to be.
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
I completely agree.
Yeah. Like, I don't want to say instead of Call of the Ancestors, but this is... Yeah.
This is called...
No. Instead of Calling the Ancestors, because let's be real, that quest was shit.
I don't care
what people say, it's bad.
The puzzles were really good.
Call of the Ancestors worked in its own way, but we're not really here to talk about Call of the Ancestors right now. This was a really good bottle quest.
Yes, it was. It was very good. Very good example.
I and in this group were fantastic bottle quests.
Like this entire quest chain, it focused on Akahi a lot. And especially Eye for an Eye. That was a lot of lore packed into one little place.
Yeah. And they did an amazing job with it.
Like you got a ton of like Cyclops lore. They just dropped all sorts of like, we used to be Bandosian, but now we've reverted back to our old ways of Hanalon and the other guy. I've forgotten the other guy.
Boogalon.
The beer has probably made
it's Berman now.
Oh,
The beer has probably made me forgot the other guy.
Berman. Okay, they changed
Berman,
it from
that guy.
Okay, cool.
They had that. They had they brought Jed back, of course.
Yeah.
That was great.
That was my definition of what a bottle quest should be.
Yes.
Alongside like the Slisky and the Chocolate Factory and the Penguin one, like those are my idea of bottle quests.
It was a neat little package of lore, and I liked it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's the sort of thing I'm really hoping to see more of next year, since it seems to be something they want to make.
Like, in my opinion, a bottle quest should be fetch quest plus lore.
And it doesn't even just need to be fetch quests. Like adding in little puzzles like in Call of the Ancestors, as long as they don't take too much resource, is a really great way to add some additional investment.
Yeah, just like little things, but with a lot of lore packed around them. I like that. That's
I think what also helped, especially for Eye for an Eye, was that while it was fetch quests, there was things to do. So like the Cyclopes invasion, while it was literally just go kill 27 Cyclopes, the fact that they came out in waves and you were defending the villagers felt a lot more interesting than just going to a spot with Cyclopes wandering around and killing.
See, but it's interesting you say about the Harbinger quests, or mini quests though, because I feel like that could have easily have like been kind of connected with Ghosts from the Past, and it would have made for a much better mini quest altogether.
I am truly shocked it wasn't. I was expecting to kill the last Cyclopes and then told to go find the source and see the Harbinger docked. I was fully expecting to see the Harbinger docked there.
Yeah.
And the fact
could
it
totally
wasn't,
see that. Yeah.
I was surprised. I wasn't mad. I mean, the Jed part was hilarious, and I thought it was a great addition. But I was surprised to see them not use the Harbinger there. And while they saved it for that surprise value of you're sailing to Twilight and something just attacked you.
No. You can see the Harbinger. Yeah, you can see the Harbinger in the background.
Yeah, there's Harbinger in the background.
Yeah, once you kill
really?
Yeah, once you kill Undead Jed, you can see it in the background of Into the Sea. Yes.
I don't play on NXT because it never fully downloads the cache for me.
Yeah, you probably have to play on NXT.
Yes. Yeah, so I was completely unaware of that.
Yes,
That's
you can.
Cool. Okay.
You can see
Well, in that case, good job, Jagex.
Yeah.
This is why you play on NXT.
I wish I could. I really wish I could.
But yeah, I feel like
some of it is better when it works, but just the cache refuses to fully upload or download every time a new update comes out, and then I spend my whole time lagging.
But yeah, I feel like if they connected Harbinger and Ghost on the Past, it would have made for a better one mini quest instead of two meh.
Yeah, if you get because they were just. Go right into I think my biggest problem with Ghost from the Past is he's all like, "Well, we've got to go to the islands for me to tell you my story." And then you go there, have a couple dialogue options with him, and go talk to 3 skeletons, learn a bit of lore, and leave. My issue with this is there was no gameplay.
It would have been better if it was.
The skeletons, they made great talking heads.
Oh yeah,
they did. But
the lore was good, the dialogue was good. Lime's puns are still bad, but the problem with it for me was simply that you didn't really do anything, and while you learned important information, it could have been delivered in a way that had more gameplay involved with it. Especially since there was that like ominous feeling of these creepy, ghostly-looking islands, these weird talking creatures, and the fact that they were Skull's pirates that have somehow been trapped, in their skeleton forms, but are still aware. And then you walk up to this huge, ominous lighthouse, and you talk to another Skull and leave.
I think we need another tale about the islands that once were turtles.
We definitely need more story for them. Like the whole thing about watch out for the spirits roaming the island. I really hope that the devs don't consider the skeletons the spirits, because there's so much more ripe for discussion there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But
so that mini quest happened.
The lore for this mini quest was good, but unfortunately wasn't.
It wasn't delivered in a nice way.
Yeah, no. Damage control, this one was purely a fetch quest. Just
mind a very difficult fetch quest, because brooms are very hard to find.
Everything was hard to find in this mini quest. Every single one of the items, I had trouble finding them, and I had to rely on somebody's.
The cannon barrel and the gunpowder, and that was.
Yeah.
I accidentally clicked on the cart.
I actually missed the gunpowder really bad too. I had trouble finding everything, and it didn't help that when I finally consulted the Reddit thread for help, whoever wrote the guide for it accidentally had their compass turned upside down and gave the completely wrong directions for every single one of them.
Wow.
So they're yeah, the gunpowder is in the northeast, and I'm like running around the northeast like, am I blind? And then I happened to go down to the druid camp, and then as I was walking by, saw this bag, saw the gunpowder. I'm like, how is this northeast?
I'm actually surprised y'all had difficulty with this. I just roamed around and found everything.
And with
the area is also disgustingly dark on Java, so it's just really hard to see anything.
Okay. It's not that.
And it's all dangerous while you're running around.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not super dark on NXT.
Yeah, running into the Jiangxi each time was just terrifying.
Yep.
It would have been more terrifying if it wasn't safe death.
Now, did anyone else expect damage control to mean the Kintra and her leaving? Because
I wasn't sure. I thought maybe she'd turn traitor on us or something.
I was expecting the Kintra to show up and try to
get her.
Get her for leaving. Damage control was that.
Yeah, I'm really eager for next week's patches because apparently Stu is gonna fix the note to Eevee
to be readable.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because what was funny is when he was talking about it on Twitter, he goes, "Yeah, but oddly nobody sent in a bug report." So I immediately just sent in a bug report.
Because it didn't seem like a bug. It seemed like they were cheekily telling you you're not allowed to read this note.
Yeah, that's what I was. That's what I assumed.
And your character just goes, I should deliver this to Eevee." I'm like, oh, I guess we're just not gonna read it.
It's like when you turn on the party hats in Gower Quest.
Yeah, exactly.
They tell
like
you
there was a dialogue reaction, and I thought our character was just being more respectful than they usually are. And the fact that they weren't was...
Like that one time during While Gothic Sleeps where our character is actually smart and does an impersonation of a smart person. Actually believable. Like somebody believes us.
Yeah, so I'm eager to read that. I liked the first clip of dialogue that he added, and I'm apparently in that dialogue, I guess we'll learn the whereabouts of Stan's stolen property too, because in the rewards, whereabouts of Stan's stolen property and Jacob.
That was never said.
Neither of those things were
They're
told
both
in
in
the
the
quest.
skull somewhere.
I was super confused about that. I was like, okay, maybe they just implied that it's in the skull when she was talking about Jacob, and I missed that. But I don't know.
I'm interested to see if they give it to a certain kind or something.
Yep,
as a teaser.
I'm excited to see what goes there, and it's a good plot hook that makes me interested in getting the skull.
Good.
Not before Fossil Island and Menaphos.
Definitely before Fossil Island and after
the skull.
Menaphos.
What would really suck is that both of those ended up at the bottom of the sea. Like some random pirate just killed them.
That would be hilarious.
That's how this is all going to end in the Shield.
Yeah, for sure. Yep. Yeah, we just chased Jacob through every single one of the islands, and at the end we just find this skeleton.
That would be awful.
That would suck so much.
The ultimate troll.
10 years from now when we finally get to the Shield.
Only 10, you're an optimist.
Yeah, I know, exactly.
Hey, with the expansion, we could potentially get 1 or 2 regions a year.
Yeah,
You're an optimist too.
I said potentially.
I mean, it's not an impossibility.
I just said it in a really pleasant voice.
It's not.
Yeah, it's not impossible.
Fair enough.
It's improbable, but
yeah. I don't know though. Quite honestly, I'm surprised they're doing expansions now when there's not a lot of places we can go. We need Arpazandra.
That's not true at all.
We need Fossil
Arpazandra.
Island. We need Underwater City.
I mean,
and that's it on Gielinor.
Expansions don't always have to be new.
No, we still have the Eastern Continent. We still have the other random continent.
That's it of the known things on Gielinor, and then we have all the other regions.
Acheron. We
have, something to the west. Oh yeah, Acheron. Sorry, Lime. I actually feel kind of bad about that. And we have 4 known areas in the the main continent area. We've got 7 more Eastern Lands island chains.
You forgot about the 20 zeros in places we have to get.
That's true.
I think Kamishima pretty much its own.
Yeah. It's got to be its own release in some way. Not its own expansion, but its own release.
And then we have every planet.
Yeah, and then every planet. So I mean, there's a lot of options, but doing 4 planets a year would be.
That would get
and once we do
very
planet,
old.
We have to keep going back for all the hinted areas.
Yeah,
exactly. What's nice is they've been intentionally kind of focusing their planets down to like, yeah, I mean, there's lots of stuff there. It's just here's the thing you care about. We're gonna get.
Yeah. I mean, it'd be really sad if we went to Infernus and it was just this. I want some of that.
I don't know.
No, see, the major troll is they're gonna have like the random portal to Infernus, and you're gonna get there and it's insta-death because you burned to death.
Yeah, like just from Raven's description at Ringfest, like Infernus is mostly empty desert, so Dis is the
except
cool place
for the giant tower of
which is on Dis. It's in Dis, but
it's
wow,
in Dis.
We got really off topic.
It's in Dis.
But
or is it in
it's just I feel like our expansion options at the moment are kind of limited, so I could see us at least doing one Eastern region a year, at this rate. Maybe not next year.
Don't
next year.
That in front of Avernic, all right? Don't say that.
2018 onward, I could definitely see us hitting at least 20.
You're just encouraging him. Don't say that.
Early 2018. I'm gonna be realistic.
I would say expansion 2 or onward.
Look, man, my plan to kill Avernic doesn't come into motion until June of 2018. Stop encouraging him until then.
Oh no!
Right,
on the bright side, at this point, we're still not getting
destination.
At this point,
we got Final Destination here.
At least at this point, we're still not getting Abana until what is it, June of 2021 or something.
So, yeah, let's say 2025, just for optimism's sake, which we've now delayed by another month.
By another month, by mentioning it, yes.
But yeah, damage control. I liked it and I didn't like it.
It was okay.
Here's the things I didn't like. I didn't like how while we were out sailing, we somehow managed to sneak up on the Harbinger and shoot them and get inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt like the getting inside the ship after shooting at it to try to sink it was not well explained. Like, did we shoot ourselves? Did we jump in the hole?
We definitely jumped in because we shot it and then they said jump in.
Well, they said jump in and then you end up on the lowest deck. So
we jumped in through the hole we shot, but the other thing I did not like is how the whole crew suddenly comes to the conclusion that the weird thing on Goshima is definitely Akahi's curse.
Yeah.
Like, that
I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense in the sense of, like, your player in the canonical sense probably did get attacked. So it probably felt like its soul being
If you didn't get attacked, you're amazing.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. It's a very weird logic jump.
I mean, they said it
I
up so
completely
most
agree.
everyone would get attacked and realize and exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a soul-eating thing.
Yeah, because you spend enough time on Goshima during damage control that it would be weird if you hadn't seen it. But the way our characters come to that conclusion so quickly felt very, very weird to me, and I didn't think we had enough information to just say that's what it was.
Yeah.
I was honestly expecting like a bait and switch, where it actually didn't turn out to be it, but that didn't happen.
But it was. And it's the con.
Yeah.
Yep.
Spoilers, Avernic.
Con number 2 out of 7.
Yeah, we've met 2 cons. Speaking of cons, real quick, I was actually a little disappointed that we didn't get Ishii's sword as an override.
I think you mean
Riley said that was going to be a tap project no matter what. It
oh, sweet. Okay, good. That's fair.
Guys, you fools, we've met 3 cons.
How
about?
No, it's Ted, remember?
Oh yeah, Ted.
Is Hubbub the con?
Well, Hubbub is a con.
Oh yeah, just not that. Yeah,
just not that con. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a skull con, isn't he?
He's a con from somewhere.
He's a con of something.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it is Shattered Memes. That's
also,
funny. I forgot about that.
Of, Hubbub's Love Tubs.
Oh, for sure.
Jesus.
I can't wait for that island.
It's in the hook.
Mm-hmm. Years away.
They're gonna have to change so much of what's being implied.
Really. Oh my god. Yeah, there's a lot of things that were implied originally in ports that they just very awkwardly shoehorned out.
As much as you guys rag on me, I want everyone at Jags to be ragging on Voltaire for writing all this shit.
I know! It's all his fault. All the My Little Pony jokes, like...
Oh, yeah, the Moai that's like, oh, my name is Twilight, but you can call me Sparkles.
And our player goes, no, I won't.
On Monday, his name is getting changed. I want to see if it's Twilight or Sparkle.
Oh, they're changing his name. Oh, like
his hover over name. Yeah, his hover over name is just Moai currently.
I really hope. What is it right now?
It's just Moai.
It's just Moai.
Oh, I hope it becomes Twilight Moai, just as like our character refusing to call them Sparkle.
Yeah.
But back to the mini quest.
Right, we keep getting up.
Yeah. You climb up the ship by fighting things out of the way, get to Korra, battle Korra, and then she tells you that the Jianshi on Jashima is. So the fact that we somehow awkwardly figure it out earlier in the quest is rendered completely irrelevant by Korra just telling you it, which bothers me even more. Like, they really should have just kept that secret, had our characters comment on how creepy that thing was, and then move on and be surprised when Korra tells you. Like, that would have been much better. Luckily, from here on out, everything was pretty great.
Yeah.
You know, Korra's ties to the Khan and why she's doing what she's doing was very interesting, very cool. And Korra's ties to Gully was very nice and added a good emotional heft as well.
I do want to comment on how it's a little weird how she was married to Gully and then was raised by the Khan of Gashima.
Yeah, that was a little... I don't understand how that works.
Super young.
I think it was
like late teens, early 20s.
Yeah, they probably got married really early or something.
Now, here's my thought. I don't think she was actually that young when the Khan raised her.
That's true.
I think that the Khan is just really fucking insane.
Yeah, probably.
Because they said she was, imprisoned for years and years and, bought her way out, and then the Khan raised her as her own child. I think the Khan's just batshit insane.
Well, I mean, she had to have been.
Something there is not adding up. Like, Gashima is full of pirates and, slavers.
Not anymore.
Well, yeah.
Well, I mean, all the dead slavers and all the dead druids makes perfect sense.
Well, yeah.
Well, it was full of just people that didn't like outsiders.
Yeah.
Well, it was also
a big slaver island. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a slaver way station. It does I don't understand why.
So was Waiko.
Well, yeah, but
the cages on there is a great joke.
I don't understand why the Khan of Gashima would be this big friendly, let's let this slave free.
Oh, she was not big and friendly. Korra bought her way to free.
Yeah.
She somehow managed to scrape the chimes together and purchased her own bond. So
it was very reminiscent of the.
What doesn't add up to me is that why was she so loyal to the Khan of Gashima?
I don't know.
Very likely because the Khan was not the one imprisoning her; it was the slavers there.
I also
believe there was a line.
It could be Stockholm Syndrome, actually.
Yeah, I believe there was a line though about how the Khan wasn't super evil to her. It's not that she treated her well, but just she treated her
better than everyone else.
Better than everybody else. Yeah.
It just sits kind of awkwardly with me. It's there's this bipolar personality here.
I think this can all be solved with some lore about Gashima in a further Taylor quest.
Even just a book would
be fine. Yeah.
But just
it also never stated where.
In general, I think they need to go in and clear the story a little bit because it is.
Yeah, it's really odd. They also never said where Korra got her. I
like to be able to purchase her sword for myself because it's gorgeous.
I think that was up there with Ichi's.
It also never said where Korra got her necromantic knowledge from.
Yeah, no, it never did. I think that was from the Khan.
Surprise necromancer.
Why he is assuming Zautak?
Okay.
Yeah, at this point I wouldn't be surprised.
All right, wait. So there's a really easy way to just solve this. Korra could have just paid for the services of a necromancer, because apparently they're a dime a dozen in the arc.
Well, I mean, she had pretty easy control over the Khan though, because it was oh well, I guess we're done. Dead.
Yeah, all you had to do was rip the paper off its head, and then it's dead.
It's not a golem.
We never got bamboo golems.
That's true.
Yeah, we never did, and I'm sad.
After all that time we spent writing that suggestion up too.
That is,
and I'm gonna take it after
yeah.
I'll take that.
But I do very much enjoy the way the mini quest ends. I think forcing Korra to confront it was great, and the way we finally killed it was cool. And Akahi was healed, and voila, that's the end, and we got the arc title. Woo. Which, if Avernic isn't always wearing, I'd be surprised.
Also, if you go back to Twilight after you finish the last mini quest and you talk to the sensei again, she says something along the lines of like, "Oh no, you're crazy. It can't possibly be that. It's got to be a physical affliction or something."
Yeah.
Yep.
They did do post-quest dialogue. Ichi has some.
Yeah, they had a lot of.
Most of your crewmates have them.
Yeah.
I was impressed with that. That was a good call.
Yeah. But
overall, I'd give the Tales a solid 7 out of 10. There was definitely a feeling of rushed time on them, and some of the writing didn't really always add up fully. But I appreciate what they did. The 2 really good ones were really good.
Yeah.
And the weaker ones brought things down a little bit. But overall, it was a very good experience, and I'm glad it was there. Like, I could not imagine the arc without these additional stories.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was something else, wasn't there?
We were originally going to talk about the journal, but I did mention it already.
Kind of went through it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Journal exists. Amazing.
Journal exists. It's collections. You get various titles and pet rewards from it, and something big for finishing them all that we're not aware of yet.
But the berries are going to take forever. So
berries are going to take forever.
I've got 4 discovered with 4 extra seeds I need to plant for new ones.
I have 3 discovered with 4 seeds, I think. Let me check since I'm literally standing right next to it.
I am not guessing on these. I am purely using other people's findings.
I'm using completely on the wiki since people are ahead of me, and I also don't want to waste 2 days worth of time.
Bug it out a bit. If you plant another seed next to something that's already fully grown,
yeah,
you can get a second pollinated seed.
Ooh, I didn't know that. Yeah, so, I have stormberry, exoberry, and rumberry seeds right now, but I also have a stoneberry seed planted at the moment.
Those are all the normal ones.
Yep, I've only done 1 cross-pollination, so yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah, I've gotten both the ones from the chests as well as the 2 basic ones, so we'll see where this takes us. I don't know if it'll be the berries themselves that are super worthwhile at the end, or if it'll be a reward.
Are because you insta harvest them when they're fully grown.
Yep.
Just the base
I've
harvested like
1.
600 chimes.
Oh yeah, I mean like it's worth the time, but Rowley said something about how the reward at the end is all worth it.
Okay, interesting.
It's probably just going to be a title that's like the buried.
I don't know if the end tier berries will have some like huge epic boost.
Mine's just finished.
Or if yeah, but apparently all but 3 of the berries. No, all but 5. All but 5 of the berries have their boosts known, and they're all just +2, -1s. So it's probably whatever the reward from the collection is that's really worth this.
We'll see in like a week or more.
Yep, we'll find out. I'm really eager to find out because people are closer than I am.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
And I think that's it. Yeah. That's the arc 2. Overall, just a really fantastic update. It's been very positively received too, which is really good to hear. And yeah, I'm really impressed. The way they worked in feedback from Batch 1, made some really great rewards, really interesting islands, good tales. They did a good job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Kudos, guys. The feedback on it, the way it was integrated is great.
And this is a time that batches actually worked out.
Yeah, I agree. Where batch one wasn't super well received, and the way they turned it around and made batch 2 really something great.
Yeah, which is actually funny because I was super against the idea of batches in the beginning.
Yes.
Well, now they're gone.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I feel like this is the argument for batches. They finally figured it out, but now they're not going to be here anymore. Which is
honestly, I don't think batches have significantly failed. The fact that there's not a batch 2 invention is not a failure of batches to me, but failure of scheduling.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't think any content they've batched has actually been bad when everything was released.
I don't even know if it's I would say a failing of scheduling. It could it's just a failing of priority. Because
that's probably a better way to put it.
Failing of communication that they weren't going to do batch 2 because they hadn't said anything about batch 2 for a while and they kept saying
we all kind of figured it out that it wasn't coming this year by about June.
People were still holding on to it until they said
I was still kind of hoping, like, especially because at the start of the year too, Rally said that batch 2 was not something they were doing, and that it was likely going to be a Ninja project.
If they just nixed batch 2 in February, it wouldn't have grown to something that everyone was expecting.
The community wouldn't have been as pissy because it'd been out for a month, and it's very likely that if they had canceled it that quickly, people would have been like, hey, so then can we get 90 down to 120 content?
Yeah, can we get
more of the reward content would have been for those higher tiers.
Yeah.
So it's really unfortunate that they waited that long, and people are rightfully angry.
Speaking of invention, I'm also glad that they didn't just try to like shoehorn it into the arc somehow. That would have been really bad.
Yeah, for sure.
They almost did with the Tinkerer.
Shut up. Shut up. I am hoping I'm hoping we get more engine content, like, properly though, because just little small updates is not going to satisfy people that higher tier content.
Yeah.
I don't know how it's going to go, and hopefully they pull it off because this invention is kind of seen as a fairly major failure in terms of the way they fleshed it out. So we'll see. But for the most part, I do not think batches are a failure, and I do think it's something that they very well could have continued doing. But
we'll see how expansions go.
Yeah, we'll see how expansions go. Because I wouldn't be if they don't work too well,
we can go back.
Be against them going, hey, I guess we're going to go back.
Mm-hmm.
Although, that said, if they do fail, the first one to fail would be Menaphos, and I'm not...
fucking not fail.
Yeah.
Fucking not fail.
Yeah.
Plus, it's Rowley, Rowley.
Yeah, it's Rowley and Stu and Orion. I really have no doubt.
And Stu, of course. I think with all the success they've found for Batch 2 and the fact that they don't worry about batching Menaphos, and we'll have all these extra resources and people, I'd be really surprised.
I really want to see Rowley and Stu going hard at Menaphos.
Yeah.
Dicking around Northern Amanishi.
Yeah, really. But yeah, just really great series of content here, and I'm great work, guys. Anybody else have any closing thoughts?
That's it.
Update of the year.
Well, it is a damn shame that we cannot buy anything from the Arc bar. I think this warrants removing the entire Arc because we can't buy anything from the bar. Also, we should kill Avernic. And
ironically, we can't buy anything from the bar, but we can sell stuff to a bar patron.
Yeah.
And then we can buy the things we sell back for triple the price.
That's capitalism.
Capitalism. Beautiful. Yes. And that's our thoughts on the arc. Listening.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye, guys.